my dear Gemini. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of June 2019 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. We are soon entering into your season, Gemini, so happy birthday to all of you. On the 21st, both Sun and Mercury will move into your sign, so that seems very lucky. I think you will have a great birthday month, hopefully, without saying too much. I read for the signs in order of most liked videos. You can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. And thank you all for liking, watching, commenting, donating, and subscribing to my channel. I'm super grateful for all of your appreciation. If you want to support my channel even more, you can click the ad attached to this video or watch the ad for 30 seconds or to the end of the ad, whichever comes first. This is the way YouTube channels get paid, and you can continue watching all this lovely content for free. But we all know that without anybody watching, there wouldn't be any YouTube. So, this is a general reading for Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. You can use it for your planets as well if you want to. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And for this reading, I will use the Crystal Tarot with Elisabetta Trevisan. And I will start shuffling your cards. So, my dear Gemini, see what's up for you here. We have an Ace of Cups together with 10 of Pentacles. So, didn't I say it's going to be a lovely birthday month? Ace of Cups is love being given to you with an open hand. And 10 of Pentacles is a place of value. It can be your family, it can be friends, it can be your place of work, the people that give you your salary. Things like this. It can also be your house. It might be a new beginning when it comes to this. Might be a new beginning when it comes to family commitment. Might be a new beginning when it comes to a job. For example, some kind of offering or promotion or increasing of salary. Things like this. So we'll see what's going on. So I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have, wow, also an Ace of Pentacles together with 10 of Pentacles. So aces are new beginnings. Pentacles and cups, it's earth and water. So earth or water are very fertile. It's like having a farmland and putting down seeds in it and then watering it and coming up riches from this. So it seems like you are kind of dressed for success here. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And now here comes in a little bit seriousness, 20 judgment. It shows that either you have come so far, so you kind of deserve this, or it's like all eyes on you. You need to be very, you need to act accordingly with what you have learned up till now. So there's no chicken out, no cheating, and so you kind of need to be very grown up in this situation to get to where you want to go. Okay, so I call the 6 elements, and here we have Ace, Knave of Chalices, which is holding, of course, the Ace of Chalices, Ace of Cups, and together with the Judgment. So that's an interesting combination. I will see if we can get some more lead with this. This is Oracle of Visions with Cyril Marchetti. Yeah, okay. So it's your pure little beautiful inside, like the essence of your soul, this beautiful angel that once incarnated. It kind of needs to step up its game a little bit. Okay, don't let petty people, petty situations keep you trapped, or to hold you back and not be the true person that you are. So try to show more of who you are and be more of who you are. So that's the demand that's here on you, so you can have your success. 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit. King of Swords. King of Swords together with the Judgment. And here we have a 6 of Cups as well. It might be that you are supposed to show and give love and try to keep at bay any kind of pridefulness. Kind of being the bigger person. You can still teach people a little bit of a lesson. You know, you don't have to You don't have to be weak or a victim, but you can be the bigger person. Okay, don't let social conventions and rules. Sometimes I come into a group and it's like an unsaid rule that we're not supposed to criticize a certain person because they have the leadership and everything they say is right. But if I don't agree with them, I will still speak my mind. And these social conventions is kind of these red ribbons here. So we don't have to be rude with people, but we don't have to follow. It's like when this fairy tale with the emperor without clothes. So try to see what is instead of what people want you to see. But in this situation, you might need to be the bigger person and maybe come with love. It can be all from apologies to showing a person a better way of acting, or it can be trying to reconciling a relationship with different methods. It might be that you're dealing with Aquarius. King of Swords is usually Aquarius, but I see this as you. Might be a Libra as well, or another Gemini. Okay, so I want my dear Gemini to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. Knight of Cups together with the Sun here. So there's a lot of flirtation going on. Might be that you're going to get a lot of offers as well. Magician with the Queen of Swords. Magician is Mercury. I said Mercury was going to move into your sign together with the Sun. We just saw the Sun card there as well. And now we have the Queen of Swords. So it might be a little bit a difficult situation with someone you love. And you are going to have to keep a cool head, be logic, be fair, be just both to others and yourself. Try to see when the emperor doesn't have any clothes, okay? And maybe make also the emperor aware, because it can be funny business running around without clothes, okay? So it's in their interest too that you discover this. So I will just tune in for a few seconds to you and the energy of your birthday month for you. So, my dear Gemini, this is your future there, and this is your now there, and this is your past, Four of Cups. So, Four of Cups, it makes me feel like I have been able to tolerate the situation. It didn't make me super happy, but I was able to rise above and accept that things were in the way they were, and that made me calmer. So, that's your past. Okay, you have been able to maybe keep some distance to a troublesome situation and calm down your emotions and digest whatever you went through here. So it seems healthy. Also healthy emotional boundaries. And here we have an Eight of Pentacles. So it doesn't show you giving up. It actually shows that when you have been able to heal and digest, you're actually ready to make things better, to start working again, to start engaging again, to start problem solving again. You just needed a little bit of pause from the heaviness, so you got new energy to put into any kind of prosperous situation. Eight of Pentacles usually involves work, can be work at an actual workplace with your creative expression. Or work within different relationships. Working towards your dreams. Okay, and this is your future. And in the future we have a Queen of Pentacles. That's usually a Virgo, can be a Taurus or a Capricorn as well. We have her together with Six of Swords and Seven of Pentacles. So I think this is a person that means business. It's probably you, but might be also mirrored on the outside. So this is a person that's serious of what they want, and they can tell everyone around them with truth. And they also have patience enough to actually wait for the things they want instead of compromising for something that is not equally good. It doesn't mean procrastinating your life. It means inviting less trouble in your life. Okay, rather wait for a good husband than settle for a crappy one. Okay. So this is your past here, and we have a Queen of Wands. So it seems like you have been working with issues of self-respect, also how to be respectful towards others, how to make others respect you. Where are your boundaries? How can you communicate your boundaries in a way that other people can understand without becoming too offended or upset? So it's a very warm energy, someone that's very grown up and can be able to show other people this same quality, so also they get a better self-esteem and better self-respect. So I think you have been working with issues of self-respect, and you have taken with the Four of Cups that was underneath the pile a little bit of vacation to be able to get back into balance, maybe after you had to put some kind of display when it came to self-respect. And here we have Four of Pentacles as well. So we have Four of Cups on one side, Four of Pentacles on the other side. And this Four of Pentacles shows that you're now living in a very stable home. For some of you cross-watching, this might be you that has put some kind of boundary, of course, against the Gemini. You need to use your own intuition since this is a general reading. And this is very important because when we show people how we want to be treated and where our boundaries are at, they are going to learn to cooperate with us better, and they might also learn from their mistakes, so they don't do the same mistakes with other people as they might have done with you. So Four of Pentacles, it shows a great level of dignity, coolness as well. We don't have to engage in all the drama. We don't have to make everyone love us. We can have our comfort zone where we love and respect ourselves, and if anyone wants to engage with us, they need to follow a little bit of our rules, and if not, they are not invited. Okay, and here we have this little Knave of Chalices. So I'm thinking this is your next step. You're still having beautiful weak spot here where people can come in and manipulate you by making you feel different things. So all the self-respect in the world, they will still be able to come in and poke at you because you still have some patterns you need to release yourself from. So be grateful towards these people, even if they act crazy and illogical and maybe even might betray you in some way. They are still just showing you where you yourself are holding yourself back, maybe to social convention. You want to be the bigger person, you don't want to upset people. I had a situation where a family member of mine had an appointment with another person, and that person came too late to their appointment, or was calling to say I will be an hour late. Unfortunately, this first person had another place they needed to be at, so they had to say, I'm sorry, we can't meet up today because when you are coming, I'm going to have to leave, so maybe we can see another day. And the person that was late was becoming really upset, and the other person said, I'm sorry, I hope we will be able to make it through another day. So even if there was one person being too late, it was that person being angry. And the first person that kept the time was the person that asked for forgiveness. So this is sometimes how things can be when we are the bigger person, and it's nothing wrong with that. But it's one person picking a fight, and the other person is putting a damper on the situation and bringing back harmony. So it might be that you are going through something similar here, or you were going through something similar here in the past, where you kind of conformed to some unspoken rules, some unspoken threat, maybe that this person would go crazy and become overly angry and create a scene or create uncomfortable feelings inside of you. So just look at these kind of situation and see if there's like any adjustments needs to be made, okay? Because you have built this stable ground for yourself. You have self-respect, and you are very sweet in the way that you can reach out and say that you're sorry, maybe even for things that wasn't really your fault. So I think it's beautiful, but there's going to come, the other shoe is going to drop, I'm sure, okay? And here we have a 3 of Wands, so that's just showing this kind of beautiful communication where we can be open and vulnerable, still have self-respect, and still walk through it with dignity, and still kind of not bend over. So this person, they were firm with that they couldn't meet any longer because the time was up, and that they also didn't step back with this, that they actually needed to go to this other meeting. They were firm also with that. So it's kind of very diplomatic and yet very strong the way that this person handled this. And I see that you have been doing something that's very, very similar. And it's kind of beautiful and it's very strong. But I'm still worried that the other person might not learn that much. Okay, and here we have a Knave of Swords. So Knave of Swords, it's this can be 2 different sides to you. One side that's able to see that the Emperor is without clothes and kind of maybe being a little bit judgmental in the situation. And another side to you that just wants to be, you know, friends with everybody. So I will take an oracle card to understand this a little bit better. It seems beautiful, but it's very young energies here. So we have this, and I'm thinking we want to be with other people. We love them so much. We don't want to be left out in the cold. We don't want to disengage. We want to have our relationships ongoing. But sometimes relationships can take a lot of energy out of us if we always need to be the bigger person and the other person doesn't really help. They are being childish, even if they should know better. And here is you, I'm thinking. You're trying to do the best in all your situation, and sometimes you might feel like the divine is using you as their puppeteer doll, okay, like they are the puppet master, and they're making you to the tool that keeps peace in the world, and that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing you do, okay, not beautiful that the divine is being your puppeteer master. But here comes the other shoe, and I think it has to do with your sense of self. There's more to you, okay? There's a bigger story. It's just not this with you having self-esteem, self-control, sense of where your boundaries are at, and you can also be great on asking to other people to forgive you when it's not even your fault. There's also something else, like a little sharper side to you that might needs to be developed. We will see where it will go with this. So from this point of view, with the air person coming there to the right, we can of course say that this is some person that have kind of been able to survive a difficult treatment and still be the bigger person, communicate in a very grown-up way with someone that's very closed off. And in many cases, of course, this can be Gemini, since it presents itself as a swords sign. But when I asked about the Knave of Chalices, it also came out a swords person here from the Oracle of Visions. So I'm thinking that this might be you, this person here that's are not able to see the problem that you made in this situation, also all just become the victim yourself and not being able to say you're sorry. And that's you in some situations, and in other situations you are much more lenient and much more able to be grown up. So you need to identify in which relationships you might become a little bit childish and feel victimized and feel like other people is out to get you, and you get defensive. And in some relationship, you're always able to be the bigger person. Try to analyze a little bit why it's in this very different types of way, and also be able to see that sometimes you are this person and the other is this, and sometimes you are this and the other is this. So also try to see the situation a little bit from the other person's perspective, not so you can understand them, but a little bit so you can understand yourself, because sometimes we can see ourselves in another person's behavior. If I get really upset with someone else, it's usually because I myself have that personality trait, but maybe not with that person, maybe in another relationship somewhere else. So, for example, I can be, in my relationship, my friends, be very like tolerant, and I don't care so much if we change date or time for meeting each other. But if it's my partner, romantic partner, it's more important for me that that person comes in the right time, because they are supposed to have my back. So I just give you an example so you can see that you might have different rules for different people, and don't judge yourself for it. Just identify what this means for you. And if you want to do some kind of adjustment, you're already perfect, okay? So you don't need to change a thing. You just need to get to know yourself. That's what this card says. You just need to get to know yourself. So you at least know, instead of just having automatic reactions to a situation. But it seems like some kind of beautiful negotiation, but where one person is doing most of the negotiation and the other person is trying to stay, you know, not touched by this situation, or not involved, or not particularly helpful. Maybe just seeing how can this become good for me. So it can easily become a situation where this person becomes used, and this person is not seeing the reality. They are not able to see that they are doing a thing that's not particularly good, and that they actually could afford to loosen up a little bit and be a little bit more friendly to this person. Okay, so, and if you like, follow your own intuition, okay, don't make me into you know, what I said is not the rules you need to live by. Analyze your own situation from your own perspective. Okay, so that was in the past, some situation where we're really learning to put boundaries, but it's still hard because we love people and we want to be good people ourselves, so we don't want to cause unnecessary drama, but some people are just not helpful. They are still entangled in these old rules and codes. Okay, and here we have an 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. So I think you got a little bit tired of this situation and you feel like, I give and give and give. This person makes me nervous because they don't seem to help, so it's all on me. You can see with these two 8s, it's a little bit lopsided. We are supposed to help each other, but with the 8 of Cups, it's one person helping and the other one is pouring everything out. So it makes the situation extra problematic. And maybe you are super tired also of just having your own self-respect and no one else really respecting you. So the question is, why isn't they helping? Why are they trying to cause a drama and point the fingers at you when you are just trying to do good things? And here we have a King of Cups, and it comes underneath the 4 of Pentacles. So the answer seems to be so that you can become even more healed, okay, inside of you. So they are still poking you with the sticks to see where you're still hurting. And this seems to be an area where you still feel betrayed and misunderstood. You're trying your best to be as nice as possible, and still you're not being rewarded for it, or people are not doing the same thing back towards you. But it's just so you will see where you still have things to work with to heal yourself and to make your inside into your temple, where you're kind of untouched, untouchable. And a little Knave of Wands. So there's a lot of children here. The only child we are missing is the Knave of Pentacles. So what about the children? What about the children? Can we get a clarification? Thank you. Okay, so I'm thinking it's parts of you that haven't really been well treated before. So it's different parts of you that has needs that haven't been met. And it's starting to become very sad when we are still in our adult life, have the same type of relationship issues as we had when we were very small. So it's turning into something that's rather solid in a grown-up person. If they still feel anger, for example, against someone in the past that did something, it means we have carried this sorrow for such a long time. But this woman, even if she's dressed in almost mourning clothes, like she's going through some period of sorrow, she's actually moving with these birds that's also moving. She has a letter in her hand, so I'm thinking she's carrying the past with her still, and a rose. So there's this love here. I think it's very hard for you to give up on people that you truly love, even if they are poking you a little bit and making life uncomfortable. And this situation and how they have treated you is the reason to why you carry this dress. But still this love, it doesn't go away. So it's like the child's love towards their parents. They can't really do anything wrong. The love is still there. And here we have the World card, and it comes underneath 3 of Wands. So 21, the World, 2 + 1, 3. 3 is the Empress number. So it shows the Holy Mother or universe, the great dimensional door. It's many different dimensions, and we can just go from dimension to dimension to dimension, being born through the feminine essence into new worlds. So here it looks more happy. Here it looks a little bit more sad. So I'm thinking from one perspective, you are leaving something behind and going into a new dimension. And in another perspective, you are leaving something old behind which you are missing. You just wanted your parents to say that they're sorry, or your brother to finally understand you, or the partner or the grandmother or whatever to finally be able to say that they were sorry. So it's very beautiful energy of, it's like a person reaching out their hand and just wanting other people to take it. The question is, will they be mature enough to take it? So that's where I'm feeling a little bit like they flick over my heart. And we have a 3 of Cups here. So it's actually a great possibility. I think all people in this equation actually want love from the other person, but not all people have the same kind of awareness, might not have worked so much with themselves, so they can't see their own flaws. Maybe they haven't even questioned their own behavior. But from this point of view, we have 3, 3, 3 here, and 3 children. So I'm thinking this is a family constellation where people are maybe meeting, maybe at your birthday, and they are not meeting as grown-up people. They are meeting as the children they once were. And even if this is uncomfortable, they know exactly where to press your buttons, and things have been, like there has been water underneath the bridge that has made you almost allergic to being with these people, even if you love them so much. And but there's still energy left in you. Okay, so try to keep yourself in a place where you are like Odin, having one of your eyes in the wisdom well and being ready for change. So try to feel your feelings in the same time as you're talking to these people or engaging in some situation, so that you're always aware of how you're reacting to different things, and don't immediately like go with your reaction. Just feel your reaction and have some, like, take some moments to actually figure out a little bit what this means, so that you can communicate in a very clear way instead of in the old ways with the old patterns. Because it seems like you have a beautiful chance here, once in a lifetime chance, to heal some relationships that's really, really important for you, but where you have felt very misunderstood. So you're not supposed to carry this sadness dress into the future, okay? You're just the hope, okay? So try to make this as good as possible for your inner child and also for the other people's inner children. Try to speak with them in a way that's not offensive, but still demanding. We have the Three of Wands there. It's very like so, not so much compromises, but this is how it is. I can't change how I feel. But I want to solve this. I want to understand you better. So it might be time at some time during June to go back to family and sort out things that you have left unsaid. If people are like they are valuable to you, they are also valuable enough so that you can communicate what's in your heart and make these relationships better. Okay, so into the future then, going into July maybe. And here we have Justice. So with the Queen of Wands, Eight of Cups and Justice, I think this is an entity here. Someone, it might be you, a family member, your partner, whatever. Someone that has felt like they have done everything they could in this situation and they are not going to do anything more. Okay, they are done. And what's needed for this person to engage again in love and being part of this beautiful union is to say that you're sorry, or for them to say to you that you're sorry. Before that, you're not going to engage again because it feels unnecessary. You have already said and done everything that you needed to say and do. And if they didn't get it, so I get the song, If You Don't Know Me By Now, but I'm thinking it's like, if you don't get me by now, if you don't know me by now. Simply red, I'm pretty sure. I see a man with very red hair, so I have some kind of brain connection there. So, Justice. This is also Libra. Here you have Scorpio there, Aries, and then it's more heavenly cards here, and the small children. So children is the essence of who we were when we came. So it seems like there's three souls meeting here and maybe being able to sort something out. We have air, Knave of Swords. We have fire, Knave of Wands. And we have water, Knave of Chalices. And this Queen of Wands, King of Chalices, Justice. So it might be three grown-up people, but who actually needs to meet is their inner children, the soul that they were when they came. There's things that hasn't been completed that needs to come to its completion to create real harmony. Not just harmony created by one person being the bigger person, but everyone needs to put in some effort. And you can't force them to. It's just like a great opportunity. And with free will, they will take it or they won't. Okay, you can't force them, but there's a door here. It's an opening where a lot of old grudges can be laid to rest, and a new beginning can come in its stead, and you don't have to have the same wounds that you have carried your whole life. So next card is the Two of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles, King of Chalices, and Two of Pentacles. So it's about balancing your inside. If other people doesn't meet your expectations, you need to balance your inside so you can be happy anyways. And it's not easy. It will be like, whoa, 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 whoa. But it's something you are growing into. This card calls change in Tarot. And it's a snake going in this 8. Showing that this change is ongoing. We are always learning new things. Being small children, becoming adult in so many different areas. So everything new that we learn, we grow in that area. So growth is happening here. And this is a 11 Justice is actually 8 in this deck. Sometimes this is reversed, the 8 together with 11. So 8 is usually strength, but in this deck 11 is strength. But I see it's more as 11. So 1 + 1, 2. So we have 2, 2 here, which showing like a door, and it's a very strict door. And the way to enter is to adapt to the new teaching, to actually learn by doing, and coming serious with making progress, not only in theory but in practicality. And here we have a 5 of Pentacles, and it comes underneath the Knave of Chalices and the Knave of Wands. So it's a feeling of being left out in the cold. It might be a split here between these two. You need to decide who's who. It might be feminine and masculine. The feminine in this case, who carry the feminine energy, can be the masculine person carrying the feminine energy, has finally been able to say stop. And the masculine energy here has finally been able to excavate their heart region and see, okay, so instead of whooping everything underneath the surface, I will now deal with my emotions. It's not super easy, and it might be triggered by being left out in the cold. If someone left us because they couldn't stand being with us anymore, sometimes this is a trigger to watch, okay, so what can I do better? How can I change? How can I make a better effort to make the people that I love wants to stay with me? So that's usually a trigger for spiritual growth. Sometimes we can do it too much and become codependent. So we try to make the other person's happy, and they might be a little bit destructive, much what we see with this 8 of Cups here. That some person is building and the other one is pouring out on the other end. So then it's not particularly helpful, but sometimes it's very to great use to see, okay, this situation didn't end well. So doing an evaluation of the situation and how you want to do things better the next time. And here we have the Empress, and she comes underneath the other trees, 3 of Wands, 21, the World. We also have 3 Chalices here. When the Empress comes together with the Knave of Wands, it can talk about pregnancy. Here we also have the big stargate, like the big vagina, to the gateway which we all come through to come to this earth. And we can also see death as the same thing, but being born into another earth or another dimension. So if you don't want to get pregnant or make anyone pregnant right now, you might need to want to take extra precautions. But I'm also getting the sense of a child being having the feeling of being left out in the cold here. So I think you need to become the mother of your own child, and be the warm embrace for you that the world might not always be able to give. So I'm thinking this is a process where we understand that we can't sacrifice so much so we become codependent, but we can't be so cold that we are being totally alone. So we're trying to, make some kind of balance. And when people disrespect us and don't show love, we have to show the love to ourselves. I'm getting the sense again that someone might have regret their ways of how they might have behaved in the past. They might have been too square, and now they want to change because they feel left out in the cold. So sometimes putting a boundary can help a person to realize their faulty ways. Next card here is the 10 of Swords. So 10 of Swords, your wound is going to be like someone is going to see your wound and go straight for it. And this is very helpful because this is going to help you to determine what's what. If someone do the same thing that you have been exposed for 10,000 times before, this time you're going to be more skilled with seeing what they are doing, and you will be able to put a finger on exactly what's happening. So someone is going to hurt you a little bit where it feels the most, but it's not really that big of a blow. With the trees, all the trees here, it's for a good cause, okay? So you will get kind of a chance to see something more clearly, because it's going to happen right before your face. So it might be that you will have this wonderful get together with your friends and relatives on your birthday, but there will be some strange aftermath, where you are going to have to do something that's not totally in line with your normal personality. Maybe you're going to have to be super stubborn, or demand an apology, or change enough so you can give an apology, and you're going to feel left out in the cold and disregarded and disrespected, but you're going to have the respect from yourself, from your feminine side. So in some way, the child essence of you and the feminine essence of you are going to be under attack, and you're going to have to stand by yourself as a very loving and a solid mother during this process. And this is going to help you through the last gateway of being able to truly love yourself and have your own back. So I actually want to see a little bit more with the Ten of Swords there. Okay. Yeah, it's someone not being able, like, even if they love you, they are not able to see your ways of things. So they are going to want to keep to old tradition, religion. I'm thinking it's almost like this with the new laws of abortion in different states in America. Like really old, grumpy, old guy energy is coming in and wanting females barefoot, pregnant and chained to the stove. They say it's because of religious reasons, but they couldn't care less if children that's refugees are dying on the Mexican border, or in the Pacific Ocean. It's not the same thing. So it's being a little bit of an attack here, and it's just because someone can't see what they're doing. So you're going to feel like these entities are truly like daft, or you can't, it's whatever you say, they're not going to understand. They're still holding their aim, and it's because they are blind. And what's needed here is for you to love yourself and not become scared by these kind of attacks, but actually realize that it's kind of the last scream of the dying dinosaur. Someone wants to keep things in the way it always were by trying to maybe get power back over females, or get power back over their yard, not having the neighbors' kids running all over it, and just getting the power back so they can feel secure again, because all the changes in the world makes this little bit rigid energy being unable to follow in the new evolution. And so the rigidity is keeping them from evolving, and it's freaking them out that they need to change. So they're going to try to not change, and they're going to try to whip you back into subordination. But I don't see that this is going to work. You are going to stand there with love, both for yourself and them, a lot of empathy, and you're going to see too that they are not going to be able to poke and stick you in the way that they did before. So if we take our own authority, we really don't have to, subordinate ourselves to others. So dreams, message, signs, symbols, and guidance. So you'll get a lot of signs and symbols through dreams that will help you through this. It doesn't seem like a difficult situation. It actually seems like a very loving situation where things of the old can be healed, but there's a very rigid energy that doesn't want to change, and that doesn't like this change at all, and doesn't want to come down from their high horses or give up their power. So if you have had a sibling, for example, in your family that were like ruling the show, they're not going to free willingly accept being equals with you. Or if you have person at work that everyone listens to, because in other case they become crazy. They are not going to like it when people stop listening and don't care about the crazy. So things like this will happen, and it's just a symptom of this beautiful change that's happening in your life. Okay, so look for the wisdom in your deepest dreaming. Awaken to the vision of your highest being. And in the center of the path of infinitive dreams is the iris of an all-seeing eye, individual and universal, connected to all things. So it's much like the world card here. And universal law we have there. The source and seer of sacred knowing, it reveals to us the inner truth of our journey through the patterns, symbols, and cycles of creation, clearing the sky, drawing us in, opening our view of the dreaming within. A man looks over his shoulder to see his likeness in the clouds, catching a glimpse of himself, watching himself from above. Often when I do this reading, it's like someone is tickling my nose. It has gone on since 2016 when I started with this. I have blamed it on dust, but I realize now it's not dust. It's someone wanting to make their presence known. So, our dreams are doorways to different aspects of reality, an open landscape of exchange between our conscious and subconscious minds and the great beyond. Dreams carry messages and guidance for us. They help us process the events and patterns of our physical life, and they put us in touch with our spirit, our guides, angels, and even relatives that have passed over. So I'm thinking you are going through something that the divine is rather curious about. They want to help you on this journey, but it's hard to communicate through the veil. So they wish for you to pay a little bit more extra attention to your dreams and maybe journal a little bit. Maybe when you wake up you will only recognize a feeling, so I feel like this, and you write it down, or you will remember a color or a person that was in that dream. That's enough, and that will start the communication between you and that what is beyond. And you can also take a tarot card for each symbol for in the dream or that feeling you had, and see what the message is. So try to pick up these messages. It is time to pay closer attention to your dreams. Not all dreams seem significant, but paying attention to your dreams on a regular basis, you will begin to notice which one hold important message for you. Take a moment upon awakening to write down your memories from sleeping. I didn't actually know that this was in this, that they would write this here. Notice where you were and any symbols that seemed significant. Become aware of how you felt in the dream. Certain people, themes, or memories may arise in your dreams so that you can heal hidden wounds or awaken to forgotten aspects of yourself. By writing down your dreams, you will increase your intuition and sensitivity to them. You will become more in tune with what messages, guidance you can take from them to enhance choices in your awakened life. In the same way, they can feel out of control or unconscious of our dreams while sleeping, we can also feel out of touch with our hopes and dreams in life. This card is to call to reclaim your role as an active conscious dreamer, a visionary viewer of life's greatest gifts and possibilities. Look at what you dream of achieving in your own life. Are you actively moving in that direction of your dreams, or do you feel deep down that you will never reach them? So I'm thinking we have this Ten of Swords sad woman situation here. It's something that you wanted, but you feel you will never get it. And I think it's time to get over that kind of feeling here with all this love that comes through. Because people is so very different from each other, but they still want love and understanding. Some people might seem like they are self-destructive and trying to destroy, but they actually are trying to make themselves feel loved, and they might feel very loved when they are destructive and you are fixing it. So they are not being destructive because just liking to be destructive. They are destructive so they will see you jump through hoops for them. So it can be but the thing is the same. They want love and understanding. It's just some people are very hard to crack open. So they will continue trying to not work together with you, but they still want the same thing as you. So, and the divine see this and try to make all of you be able to come together in harmony, but it's not going to be super easy. It never is, okay? So I'll also take from Oracle of Dragon Fae. This was the, I don't know if I showed, the Chakra Insight Oracle. So Oracle of the Dragon Fae for my dear Gemini. Oops. The Lady Grayan. This card has come also for Aquarius, I'm pretty sure. We do it. Number 2. I can use the deck for several months and never see some of the cards, and other cards are repeating endlessly. So it just shows that we are going to the same patterns in the same time. I am the earth and of the soul starlight. I am the opening of the flower, the love that lives in the flower of your heart. I love you, and I wish for you to draw this love energy into your being. I am a power source that you cannot neglect, because even if you feel you are being of winter and that your heart has grown cold and hard in order to ease the pain, I tell you that you are now ready to reveal your own life source and warmth to another being. The love you have to share will be appreciated and returned. More so, this warm and loving heart energy will be its own reward as you awaken again to your feeling nature. Please open your heart in this moment. Allow yourself to love. See the beauty in warmth and smile as often as you can. Bring forth your joy and see the opening of others' hearts. Wear yellow, red, and gold, all the colors of my friend the sun, and you will feel a great flow of energy awakening throughout your body and energetic being. Please see that the seed you planted need warm earth in which to grow. Yes, they can survive when it's cold, but they cannot thrive. Show you this. I like the yellow in the sky, going again in the yellow there with the grains. So be warm, extend your energy, and know that your truly radiant self will create great opportunity and abundance around you. Simply extend some heart energy, and I will support you and love you until you are the radiance of the sun incarnated in your own form. Love, be loved, love. So you're so sad, and you have been so heartbroken that you're scared of this love union that the divine wants to happen. And you might feel shy for it, and you don't want to be hurt in the same way you have been hurt before. But it seems like love is the answer here. If you can stay in this love vibration, what can people do to you? Okay, so if you will only have love and understanding, you won't be upset, okay, and you won't take things personally, and you will be able to keep yourself cool and say the right things. So it's just win-win, okay. So my dear Gemini, I hope you will have a wonderful birthday month. I welcome you back to my July reading that I will perform in the middle of June. I will also try to do a pick a card reading in the beginning of June. So welcome back then, and until next time, take really, really good care. Okay, bye-bye.